Well, friends, the opening verses of Ecclesiastes chapter 3 remind us that there is a season for everything. They speak of a time to be born and a time to die, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, which we're going through at the moment. A time to be silent and a time to speak. I'm just reminded with the news of the death of Captain Sir Tom Moore that there is, as Ecclesiastes says, a time to be born and a time to die. And it's poignant, isn't it, that that has happened this week. Someone who made such a huge impact on the nation in the last year of his life, really. But we are living amongst death at the moment, and there are families in St Mary's who are similarly struggling with death of a loved one and navigating grief in these difficult times. And I think particularly of Wendy Smith and her family as they mourn the death of Maureen Sharman, who was known to many of you. And it's one of the hardest aspects of this pandemic is being able to help families in such difficult times to walk through the organising of services and grieving and all those things when there are so many restrictions in place. And so my thoughts and all our prayers are really with you guys, Wendy, as well as all those in the nation who are struggling with different things. Now, this theme of there being a season for everything ties in well with the approaching season of Lent. It gives us the opportunity to stop and think about the love that Jesus showed us and the sacrifice that he bore on our behalf. And it gives us the opportunity to think about everything that was achieved on the cross that first Easter weekend. Now, some people say that Jesus' death just paid for our sins, and that is, of course, true. But its impact, the cross and the resurrection, it's huge. It's on a cosmic level. It's the single most important event in the whole of human history. And we will do well to take time to reflect upon that. Now, the Bible teaches us that one of the things that Jesus' death achieved was that it released us from the addiction and slavery to sin. But sin often has physical consequences, and human slavery, physical slavery, is still a massive part of our world today. And one of our mission partners, IJM, have produced an excellent 6-part Lent course exploring the issue of modern day slavery. And I just wanted to commend that to you for consideration, particularly if you are in a home group here at St Mary's. Why not discuss it and see whether that's something that you would wish to partake in. All the details are on the IJM website. But there is much for us to reflect upon individually this Lent as well, given all that has happened over the past 12 months. So can I encourage you to carve out the time, make the time, St Mary's, to be still, to slow down, and to really think through, what is it that I have really missed over the past year? What have I struggled with? Where have I found joy, perhaps in unexpected places? What have I been reminded of that really matters? And what is it that I can let go of? Where has God been in this, in the midst of it? And how can I spot his acts of grace in my life? So having said that there are seasons, aren't there? There are seasons in ministries and activities that we do, and all good things come to an end. And as Ecclesiastes verse 7 reminds us, there is a time to speak and a time to be silent. And I've just got to be honest with you and say, with the pressures of homeschooling at the moment, I'm having to review all the things that I do and the capacity that I've got to deliver things. And so I think for a season, I'm going to stop doing these midweek messages. I know that they have been an encouragement to many of you. They've helped you to stay connected to the church family. And so we'll review the success and come back perhaps in a few weeks' time, maybe in the same format, maybe in a different format. But I just have to be realistic. Like many of you who are juggling homeschooling and full-time jobs, it's just the reality is that sometimes we struggle with that. Sometimes we need to just be realistic about what we can and what we can't do. Now, we're not going to leave you on your own. There will still be a midweek devotional written by Peter Davies. They're always found in the email that comes out with the links to these messages. So they'll still go out on a Wednesday. They're rich fare. They're so well written. Many of you will know just how intelligent and sharp Peter is in his writings. So do take the time to enjoy those. But as we close, I just want to say again, I know that things still remain difficult, but hope is on its way. You know, the vaccine has been rolled out. It's lighter in the evening. Spring is on its way. The snowdrops are out. You can sense a change, and there will be once again a time to embrace, to laugh, and to dance, and joyful times will come. I'm not going to put a date on it because that never works, but you know, I think this year will be better than last year, and we can look forward to that. So, friends, as I end, I just want to say there is one more thing to remind you of, and that is that there is a time for church. It's 10 o'clock on a Sunday morning. Join us online as we continue our teaching series in Hebrews. Andy Lewis is going to bring us the next installment in that. So do join us at 10 o'clock on Sunday morning. So thank you for listening to all these midweek messages. It's been great fun doing them. I've had to learn new skills in doing them. I still don't look great in a camera. So I apologize that you've had to look at me probably twice a week on your screens. But you are very much in my prayers. I long to be able to see you all in person again. But for a while, this is my last midweek message. So God bless, and we'll see you again soon.